I'm going to give you one last statistic
Yeah.
that's sobering, and every American should be talking about it, but we don't. We closed this country down in 2020 for 10,000 COVID deaths, right? That's when we were at about 10,000, we said, hey, we're going to shut everything down. We freaked out. And we kept that freaking out, even though the statistics didn't support it. But during that 2020, and I don't know if you know this, but the statistics are typically about this much. On the average, according to the FBI, there were over 400,000 children that are reported missing every year. NCMEC, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, actually estimates that number is actually more about 600,000 if you include the people that don't even bother telling FBI or law enforcement that their child is run away from home. So these are kids that are being taken. These are kids that are being, and some are recovered, and these are kids that are being sucked into that whole human trafficking and drug trafficking, prostitution, that ring into life. Now, 2020, just so that anybody's like, he's wrong. In 2020, it was only 365,000. They're right. It was 365,000 because everything was shut down and people's kids were home with them and not at school. But on the average, it's usually 424 the year before, 421 the year before that, 419,000 before that. So when did you hear, Jim, our politicians or the mainstream media talk about 400,000 plus children being reported missing to the FBI every year?
Unfortunately, we don't. And when we do hear numbers like that, people call it a conspiracy theory, and it's not real. And we both know that it is. And you're right. It's a sobering fact. Any last thoughts for our listeners? I honestly could talk to you all day, and I know you don't have all day, and neither do I. It's St. Patty's Day. But any last thoughts for our listeners?
All right. America's country in the world. That's why 1,000 plus people are trying to come here every day. Don't listen to your politicians. Don't listen to these people who hate America. And don't be deceived. They told you in 2020 they wanted to reinvent America. I don't know what you thought that meant, but I knew what it meant. It meant they wanted to tear away what we had and build something different. And what they're trying to build is not going to be good for America. It'll destroy America. But you've got to trust in the fact that we still live in the greatest country in the world. We have the Constitution of the United States given to us by our founding fathers, a document that I believe was God-given and has God's stamp of approval on it. My advice to you is control what you can control. Don't get caught up in the chaos that the world is. Turn off your news. It's not going to help you out. And just enjoy one another and find ways that you can benefit your community by serving as precinct committee members, school board, giving money to good candidates. We've got to turn this country around, but we still live in the greatest country. Do not let anybody tell you different. We've got some things we've got to fix. But I think what this is doing is sparking our love and our passion for America, for freedom, for family, and for faith. And so I think we're going to be fine. And it's going to be a little bit of a hard road. But like I write in my book, it's not a fight until you meet resistance. This is what's going to bring the best out of us. It'll bring our love for this country out of us.
Spoken like a true American. I will put all the links to your book and your web pages and your social media so people can follow along. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Appreciate it.